There's one series of questions that comes up in relation to your father's time, which is of course the question of corruption, which became wholly associated with the Philippines for a long period of time. I think contemporary court judgments acknowledge the atrocities that were committed, but also the plunder of the country's resources. Why wouldn't you want all of that money back in the hands of the Filipino people?
Well, we the narrative.
May I just ask you why that's funny?
Where that?
Why that's funny? I'm asking you a question about the plundering of large sums of money from the Filipino people.
Good afternoon. The Supreme Court en banc, during its session today, acted on the following matters. The court consolidated the petition filed by One Sambayan Coalition et al. With the cases of Pimentel et al. Versus House of Representatives and Bayan Muna Chairman Nery Colmenares et al. Versus President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos. All three petitions challenged the return of excess reserve funds from government-owned and controlled corporations to the National Treasury to fund unprogrammed appropriations. The Supreme Court issued a temporary restraining order to enjoin the further transfer of PhilHealth funds to the National Treasury. The court required respondents to file their comments on the petition and application for TRO and/or writ of preliminary injunction within the non-extendable period of 10 days from notice. The court further required the Office of the Clerk of Court en banc to personally serve the court's resolutions on the respondents, which shall likewise personally file and serve their comments.
Nasaan ninyo dinala yung 500 billion pesos flood control funds? Ito ang tunay na issue. Nasaan ang 500 billion pesos flood control funds? Nawala, ninakaw, kinurap. Anong resulta? Higit 200 Pilipinong inosente ang namatay dahil sa baha. Yan ang issue. Yan ang panagutan ninyo.
Okay.
Mr. President, hindi pangalan ng kalye ang pinapalitan. Kaluluwa ng bayan natin ang pinapalitan. Na for almost 40 years hindi ginagalaw. Na for almost 40 years hindi basta-basta pinakikialaman. Bakit? Kaluluwa ng bayan to. Now you see with your own eyes on television. Now you hear the complaints of the people. And I will use and borrow the words of Senator Bato de la Rosa. Yung mga nagdarahop, yung mga naghihikahos, mga nangangailangan ng tulong, nangangailangan ng ayuda ng gobyerno, umaasa sa tulong ng gobyerno, pagsasamantalahan natin.